I hope that you're doing well today or tonight. I've got another ramble for y'all this evening, but I've decided to bring back some tapping sounds. I've kind of strayed away from making sounds in the past week or two's worth of videos, simply because I kind of forgot. So this video I did not. So the sounds in this video are going to be some leather sounds. I have here with me, forgive my camera work, but I have here with me the beginning of my bookbinding progress. I've got the cover wrapped in leather, as you see here, and I figured it would make some pretty nice sounds. So we're gonna find out right now. So, I think that makes some pretty decent sounds, if I do say so myself. So yeah, that's kind of one of the many things that I've been up to today. I've got the cover, obviously, now wrapped in leather, which is exciting. It's kind of beginning to take shape. Now, it's not perfect. I have loads of experience with leather work, but as far as binding books go, this is my first time doing it. So it's a little rough around the edges, quite literally. The spots where I had to fold the leather over the edge, the corners of the book, is a little rough, to say the least. There's a couple that I did very well, and I don't know really how I did it. Let's see if I can show you. Yeah, here we go. This is an example of a good corner. As you can see there, it's nice and flush. There's not really much of a seam. And then, how embarrassing. This is the example of a bad corner. You can see the very visible seam there. It's kind of ugly. But I'm trying not to be too hard on myself, seeing as this is a completely different art form than what I do. It's kind of difficult because, again, I'm very experienced, years of experience with leather work, so not having having it be perfect is, yeah, it's kind of, frustrating for me because I'm so used to working with it. But in this capacity, it's something I've never done. So I'm giving myself as much grace as I possibly can. But overall, for my first time doing it, I'm pretty happy with how it's coming along so far. Now, I can very much completely ruin this. There's still a lot to be done, namely, tooling the design into the leather. So, if I mess that up or cut clean through the leather with my swivel knife, I'll have to start all the way from scratch again. So, I'm not out of the woods yet. I'm not even close. And then there's the matter of actually gluing the text block into the book, or the cover. But anyhow, yeah, I'm happy overall with the result. The leather is a little bit darker of a green than what I had planned out for, or had the idea of, or the vision of in my head. But I am really, really happy with it. Either way, it's probably not going to look exactly as it does in person over video, because I do some color grading and whatnot, but it's a very deep emerald kind of a look to it. I apologize for the birds chirping in the background as well. I'm filming this very late into the night, or very early morning, I guess. I'm kind of, I've been recording a lot later than I used to recently, simply because I've been very busy. I just haven't had the time to record exactly when I want to, so it's still night, and very late at night at that, but yeah, there might be a little bit more background noise than some of my other videos. I do apologize. I try my best. Hopefully soon I can get back on track for y'all. It's kind of a fun sound. But yeah, I mean, I've been, today especially was a, incredibly busy day for me. I mean, I was running all over town. I had started the day, going to the pharmacy to pick up some medicine of mine, which, only took about maybe 10 minutes or so, not very long. But then I had to run over to Target after that to get some printer ink cartridges, because I was completely out of ink, and I print quite a few different things. And this leather smells amazing, by the way. Sorry, it's kind of like in my face. By the way, printer ink is way too expensive for what you get. It's like $30 or something like that for the tiniest little ink cartridge. and it's like $35 for that, and it's crazy. I mean, it doesn't help that you can't really buy, well, at least for my specific printer, you can't buy third-party cartridges. There's not really any cheap options. You have to buy the name brand stuff, and that is very, very expensive. So, yeah, that cost me an arm and a leg. And then after I went to Target, I had to go to the O'Reilly's on the complete other side of town. Well, actually, it's not even in town. It's in the town over from me. And, yeah, I had to go to O'Reilly's to get a new oxygen sensor for my car. Because it went out and started throwing a check engine light at me. So I went to O'Reilly's. I got the part. Went back home. Realized I had the wrong part, of course. Wrong part number. So I had to drive, well, hold on now. I had to put back everything that I took apart so I could drive back to O'Reilly's, exchange the part, drove back home, put the correct part back in, the correct oxygen sensor in, and now everything's good to go. Luckily, in my vehicle, that's not a super complex or long job. It was just more of the back and forth driving that made it such a long process for me. But it's all fixed now and running smooth, so I certainly can't complain. I also saved myself a few $100 by doing it myself, which is always a big, big bonus. Saving money was the reason I taught myself how to work on cars in the first place. I couldn't afford a mechanic growing up. I really still can't afford a mechanic. So I had to kind of figure it out myself if I wanted to have a working car. So yeah, I've easily saved tens of thousands of dollars by learning how to work on things myself. I'm not exaggerating either. I mean, tens of thousands of dollars, and it's so expensive. It's nuts. Really, really crazy. Although, as much money as it saved me, it's drained quite a bit of sanity away from me as well. I hate working on cars. It is not something that I enjoy doing. It's something always goes wrong. It is just a royal pain in the butt. An expensive pain in the butt, I might add. Not to mention, I mean, man, it's uncomfortable. a lot of the times, I always find myself in some weird position, some weird tight space that's cramped and uncomfortable. And I'm either way too hot and sweating all over myself, or freezing cold and shaking like a leaf. Oh, it's the worst. And then, you're using a wrench and that bolt finally comes loose, but you're putting all your weight and strength behind it, so your knuckles fly into the nearest piece of metal. And I just scrape up my hands like nobody's business. Just thinking about it frustrates me a bit. But all things considered, all of the blood, sweat, and tears has been worth the money I saved. I'd probably be bankrupt if I didn't know how to work on my own car. So it's been worth it. But yeah, not my favorite thing in the world. Anytime a check engine light comes on, I mean, it's just it's never a good feeling, But hey, that's okay, because I always get the job done in the end. So I really shouldn't be complaining about it. I've been lucky enough to live in a day and age where information is so readily available. So I should be grateful that I have the means to do things like that on my own. Yeah, I guess looking at it that way, it's not so bad after all. After I got done fixing the car, I thought about relaxing, and kind of being done for the day. But I thought, well, hey, if I get everything done today, then my next 2 days, my weekend is going to be completely free, and I can just, hang out and truly relax fully, which seemed worth it. So I finished working on the car and cleaned myself up a bit because I was filthy. Dirty engine bay. And then I decided to do a little bit of decluttering in my room. Now, I've mentioned in previous videos that I used to do quite a bit of boxing and Muay Thai, about 3 years of each. And during that time, I was very, very lightweight. I was pretty much constantly in a caloric deficit and training super 95 to 130 pounds. I was really, really light. I mean, I'm still fairly light, but comparatively, not so much. Over the past year, maybe two, I've been putting on more weight and kind of bulking up, doing a lot more weight training. And with that has come, obviously gaining some size and mass. So, a lot of my old clothes no longer fit me any longer. No longer fit me any longer. That was weird. Fit me anymore. But I've kind of just hung on to them. So, I'm not kidding. About 70 to 80% of my entire wardrobe no longer fits me anymore. So I went through today and I put everything that I can no longer wear into bags to donate. So that took me a good while. But I got rid of a lot of closet clutter, and it gives me a little more room to go get some clothes that do fit me now. So that's kind of exciting. I gotta make a thrift store stop sometime in the near future, because I really don't have a lot of clothes that fit anymore, especially shirts. I mean, hell, you can probably tell by now just by watching these videos, if you've watched my videos for a long time, or even if you just scroll through my channel homepage and look at the thumbnails, you're only gonna see me wearing a handful of different shirts. That's because that's all I have to wear. The only other shirts I have are my work t-shirts, and I'm not gonna wear those because, well, they have my work logo on there, and I don't particularly want to dox myself. So, but yeah, it's time to get some new clothes for sure. I need to get on that. My closet, honestly, now that it's cleaned out, it's kind of sad looking, because I have all this I don't have a big closet. It's not a walk-in or anything like that, but I have this like laundry bar, or what's that called? Like a shirt bar to hang shirts off of. A pole, I guess. And I fill up about 1/8 of that bar. So you open the door, you slide the door open, and it just looks disproportionate having so few clothes in there. I need to go to the thrift store really bad. But hey, on the bright side, I donated, a whole bunch of clothes, and they were all in really great condition too. So somebody out there will be able to get some pretty nice clothes, especially pants. I think there's a couple pairs of jeans that I only got to wear once or twice before I got too big for them. So, there's some good stuff out there for someone to get a hold of. Hopefully someone who needs it. So that's kind of a nice little thought. I really, really like that sound. What else did I do after I donated? Let's see. I feel like there was one more thing that took up a good chunk of my time today. But I can't remember what it was. That's weird. I'm not looking forward to getting old because I already have a really, really bad memory. I'm pretty worried about how all that's gonna go down for me later in life. I'm sure I'll be fine, but it is a little worrying sometimes. I really can't remember what all. I remember now. Just kidding. Afterwards of donating those clothes, I had to wash my sheets and my blankets and whatnot because my dryer has been broken for the past week or so, and it's finally been fixed earlier today. Earlier today. So that was one thing I took the time to wash all my clothes, especially the ones being donated, so they were nice and clean for the next person. But stripping the bed, and I have to split it up into multiple loads because if I put in the sheets and my comforter all together, they get all tangled and they just won't dry that way. So I've got to do one load with just the comforter and then a second load with my sheets and my pillowcases. The comforter is so fluffy and big that no matter how long I leave it in the dryer for, it won't dry all the way through. So what I have to do is put it in the dryer for a cycle, and then I have to hang it on the banister so it air dries for a couple hours. It usually takes probably anywhere from 8 to 10 hours, so quite a while. Yeah, I mean, just doing all that took a good bit of time as well. But again, I managed to get all of my chores and errands done for the entire weekend. So tomorrow and the next day should be nice and relaxing, and I can just kind of do whatever I'd like to do. So that's I'm looking forward to that very much. But anyhow, it's about that time to wrap this video up. So I'm gonna send you out with some sounds, but before I do, I will say goodnight to you. I hope that you have a great rest of your day or night, and that y'all stay safe out there. Have a good one.